Hey guys, this is Vol, finally getting around to bringing you another audio commentary. I have stopped commentating on the TSL because it has moved through to the actual playoff stage, and as you may have heard from my recent announcement, if you haven't, just check it out on my YouTube page. I am no longer commentating on the TSL. That's being handled by the official staff and it's going live, and there are VODs you can download for that. I did appear as a guest commentator in one of the matches between Brat OK and Hapro, which was a really fun time. I really had a good time with that, and just go check that out if you want to see it. But right now, I'm actually doing a game between Nony and Artosis, which is a friendly game that was played recently. This isn't a tournament game of any kind. It was just a slugfest between these two players, with Nony as the orange Protoss player on the 6 o'clock position at the moment, and Artosis as the blue Terran at the 3 o'clock position. And the map is Python. So, without further ado, let me just get straight into this game. Actually, before I get straight into the game, let me just say a couple of things about the players. Artosis is from Media, Nony is from Excello. I believe he used to be in Media and then moved to Excello, but I'm not too sure about that. You'll have to just send me a comment and correct it. I'm not too good on the backgrounds of some of these players sometimes, but nonetheless, Nony is in Excello at the moment. So just looking at the game now, Artosis is looking to wall his base in, but Nony's got a probe inside the base already, so Nony will be able to have a sneak around, see what's going on, and hopefully just annoy Artosis as much as possible to, and possibly even build a zealot to get through. Actually, a zealot would be a bad idea now that I think of it, because Artosis is going to be able to get the second supply depot in and wall off his front door. So now, with Artosis mining gas, he's got 3 SCVs on gas, just going to get 100 for that factory and then probably cut off if he wants to go for fast expander. And more than likely he will be fast expanding if he's going for that wall. I think with Nony having a probe inside his base, he wouldn't try anything sneaky like a double factory right off the cuff there. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so yeah, this is the first factory going down now. Nony will see that. Nony will see that Artosis is not going for a quick double factory. Artosis has got a SCV into Nony's space, but Nony's probably going to be pretty comfortable. He's going 1 gate range goon, and he's probably going to put down that command center straight after that that nexus. He's going to probably put that nexus down, knowing that he's not going to get rushed or pushed heavily by an FD or anything like that. I expect Artosis to probably go for siege first and then expand, just given the fact that he's walling up. He's probably only going to build 1 marine as a result. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. This probe's still alive and is being very annoying. Might even take out oh my god, the probe does take out the SCV, so that's just a pain in the ass. Artosis will bring another SCV over to continue that production. Meanwhile, Artosis has actually kept his SCV alive, has managed to survive a number of Dragoon hits, and has now exited. He's just got himself out of the base, looking to return home and maybe just start mining again with that particular SCV. One thing I like to do is just hang that SCV around somewhere else on the map and just run back in after the Dragoons have left and get a little bit more scouting information. But it's hard to do, especially as Protoss players are continuously building units, and it's more than likely you'll just run into some trouble when he shows up. That Dragoon being deflected now by that group of 3 Marines just hanging out on the ramp. This is fairly defensive. We shouldn't see too much trouble here from these Dragoons. But, having said that, the Dragoons just testing the water, moving in now, and actually getting some shots off. Higher ground Marines usually do well against the Dragoons, but the Dragoons just moving in, trying to get barge the way through here. Dragoons actually taking out the final Marine there. Yeah, they've got it now. Oh my god, this is annoying, because Artosis has lost his Marines, and these Dragoons will be able to just blast away at that supply depot. So expecting some SCVs to come down now and repair this, because if they don't, yeah, here they come now. If they don't, then those Dragoons could bank their way in and take out the tank, and that's going to be a real pain in the ass. Meanwhile, Nony has gone for robotics facility and observers quickly before Nexus, so that says to me that he was really expecting perhaps some mines, an early vulture raid from Artosis. Now he's getting the Nexus. I'm a bit surprised he didn't get the Nexus first, but maybe he was really expecting a sort of a fake siege first, and expecting Artosis to go for an FT Terran push out with Marines. Not too sure. Regardless, he's going to have those observers. He's going to see what's going on fairly shortly in Artosis space. Artosis indeed going for siege. It's got that engineering bay down just in case of something tech-oriented from Nony, and that command center is able to float over now. So just in terms of economics, both players actually seem to be fairly short up evenly, and there's a Citadel of Adun going down for Nony, so possibly some kind of... Well, if I had to try and pick it, either he's going for some extremely fast zealots, or he's going to do a bit of shuttle harass with a couple of Dark Templars, which can be a decent idea if you're good with the shuttle, good with Dark Templars, just bringing them around the back and just drop them off and just harass the factory area if there are turrets up. Nony... Artosis does indeed have turrets up around his base, so he's looking fine. And Nony going for that third gateway, just putting more pylons down, moving into the middle game. Nothing really too offensive here. Artosis has got a SCV searching around to the 9 o'clock position. That's actually quite a well anticipated move, going for that, just because he expects the Protoss to get the third base there. Meanwhile, Nony has indeed gone for those quick zealots, and that Citadel of Adun is indeed for leg speed. So that says to me that he's just worried about some kind of 2-base all-in or extreme push from Artosis, and Artosis definitely will not be doing that if he knows what's good for him. He's just going to just siege up, continue to build factories, push out for a third base, and just really camp into this very long macro game with Nony. So we'll see how that goes. Nony, I don't think will be able to pull off a successful push straight into the natural with the speed zealots, because Artosis will be ready. Artosis moving out with several tanks and vultures, so I completely wrong about that. He does seem to be wanting to push out, but against that kind of Protoss army, with more zealots coming in and leg speed being upgraded, I think that Nony should be able to take this out. But wow, Artosis is actually being really aggressive here, moving the tanks in straight away. This seems like quite an odd timing for it. He's putting some mines down, putting a turret down, and this is actually looking a lot better than I thought for Artosis, just sieging up. And Protoss is on 2 base. He hasn't even bothered to take a greedy third base, so Protoss should have plenty of units here. And indeed, he's running in with the speed zealots, just charging past to attack the tanks, and this is kind of what I was afraid of. Nony being able to just take advantage of his choice of doing that fairly early and rushing in, but it hasn't quite paid off, because although he's managed to take out a lot of Nony's Artosis' units, he's in real trouble, because those 2 tanks are left alive, just shelling his dragoons, both sides losing a number of forces. Mines going off now. Finally, the second tank has been destroyed, and Nony should be able to clear this up. But yeah, he's just in an awful position with those mines, because the turrets just stop the observers from showing up, and vultures surrounding those dragoons, dropping mines. This is a very loose contain here indeed. Still no more tanks from Artosis, so he's just continuously pumping vultures. They're not going to be able to keep up that offense for too long, although they should be able to get some probe kills. Single mine goes down. This mine could be bad. Whoa, bam! Took out 3 vultures, so that mine was actually quite nasty. Yikes, but at least Nony has managed to break that contain, and he's gone now for about 7 gateways. So, still on 2 bases. Nony is probably going to look to do a serious counter-attack here. This is really going to delay Artosis' third base, if he even wants one, for a long time. So Nony will be pushing out with a great deal of forces before long. He's easily able to get rid of these mines and this containment here, so no problem with that. I'm just a bit surprised that Artosis did go for that early push. But, yeah, I mean, I was wrong about how effective it would be. I thought it would just be dead in the water, but it has managed to be at least a little bit successful. I mean, he's traded units with Nony at least, so he's kept it to a 2 base versus 2 base kind of game, and I guess that's decent for Terran. Nony is rushing in with his spear zealots again. He's just dragging mines, and that's been fairly successful. But Artosis managing to keep a single tank alive, and that's the real key here. That tank is just doing wonders against those dragoons. Nony has lost all of his dragoons. He's got more reinforcements coming in, but again, it's just a matter of taking out this tank, and finally drags a mine to take out the tank. But a second tank has arrived, again dragging the mine, but the mine doesn't go off. So more dragoons coming in, just desperately trying to take out this tank. Otherwise, they're going to get shelled and slaughtered, and those mines just being a real problem here, preventing this from happening. Vultures and mines just really dragging the fire away, and finally we've got a zealot coming in to blow up the tank. So Nony's managed to keep us cool and just break the pressure after pressure assault from Artosis. Ooh, okay, so Artosis does look like he's planning on going the defense now. He's got that +1 weapons, but he's moving his forces back to the natural. He's going to be able to siege up. He's got the cliff advantage there, so Nony's not going to be able to counterattack. And indeed, Nony's